The rate at which technological advancement occurs in the current world is dizzyingly rapid. It may seem that there is a brand new technological development or significant invention virtually every day, and that this trend will only continue in the foreseeable future. Nonetheless, it is simple to get sidetracked by the remarkable ways in which the universe is evolving when there is a continuous flow of releases about new enormous future technology advances and fascinating devices. In this video, we will be talking about the top 10 emerging technologies that will change our world. Stay with us till the end of the video to know exciting information. Number 10. Computer processing without servers. Serverless computing allows for more efficient resource distribution by allowing a corporation to scale up or down its computational power depending on its specific requirements at any given time and location. When apps are not being used, no processing speed is allotted. Nevertheless, when necessary, the computing power automatically scales to fulfill the demand placed on the system. It is no longer appropriate for enterprises to be concerned about infrastructure restrictions or bandwidth reservations. Number 9. Necrobotics. There are instances when the new technology of the future can provide incredible advancement, the potential to transform the future, and the chance of being highly unsettling all at the same time. This is one approach to illustrate the concept of necrobiotic, which, as the title indicates, refers to converting creatures that have died into machines. Rice University is looking into developing this system, which, even though it seems like the premise of a spooky horror movie, is happening. A team of scientists took a recently deceased spider and converted it into a robot like a gripper capable of acquiring and holding other items. They do this by taking a spider and injecting it with air to accomplish this goal. This is possible owing to the fact that spiders exploit hydraulics to drive their form of the bloodstream into their limbs, which leads them to stretch. This idea is still in its infancy stage, but if it continues to develop this way, it may one day imply that science will use the remains of species. Number 8. Intelligent exoskeletons. Exoskeletons have been around for decades in the realm of famous science fiction and the world we live in. But as time has passed, the sophistication achieved by technological advances has risen at an astounding rate. In particular, over the past several years, we have witnessed technology becoming more easily accessible to people of younger ages. The Atlas 2030 is being hailed as one of the most cutting-edge mobile healthcare exoskeletons ever created with the sole intention of serving the needs of youngsters. Although it is not yet accessible to be bought, this technology can potentially help children in the foreseeable future by providing a pediatric lower body medical exoskeleton. This treatment might benefit children who suffer from severe neuromuscular illnesses or cerebral palsy. Number 7. Robots capable of reading the human mind. In recent years, there has been a significant improvement in the application of brain scanning technology, which means that the science fiction theme it once represented is no longer relevant. Scientists at the Swiss Federal University of Technology in Lausanne have demonstrated among the most intriguing and applicable applications of this technology that we have yet to witness. These scientists have been successful in developing a method via which tetraplegic sufferers who are unable to move either their top or bottom body can communicate with the external world using a brain-computer connection, a machine learning program, and a robotic prosthetic. During testing, the robotic arm would carry out straightforward activities such as navigating a wall. The algorithm would then read the brain's electrical signals through the use of an EEG cap, and it would automatically identify whether the arm had performed an action that the brain deemed to be unsuitable. For instance, the arm might have moved too close to the object or gone too quickly. After some time, the algorithm can eventually adapt to the interests and brain signals of the individual in question. In the not-too-distant future, this may pave the way for brain-controlled wheelchairs and other assistive technologies for tetraplegia individuals. Number 6. Brain-computer interface. Brain-computer interfaces aim to make it possible for the human mind to communicate directly with machines that are exterior to the body. Although the idea may appear from a science fiction novel, brain-computer connections exist. This may not be a surprise given that people have been researching and developing such interfaces since the 1970s. In any event, the currently available models are still cumbersome, which indicates that there is still a significant amount of work to be done before brain-computer interfaces can be utilized on a mass scale. Number 5. Agricultural robots. The usage of agricultural robots is already well underway at this time. The vast majority of cases, however, remain restricted to the harvesting of particular types of crops because even the most advanced robots still have a long way to go before they can compete with people. Yet because there is a tremendous demand for agricultural labor across the United States and Japan that has not been met at the current moment, there is considerable interest in agricultural equipment that can manage more chores in connection to more commodities. Consequently, it appears reasonable to assert that the development of agricultural robots with a higher level of sophistication is just a question of time. Number 4. De-extinction. The term de-extinction refers to resurrecting of a previously extinct species. Generally, this refers to the process of generating a clone after retrieving the essential DNA from a remnant of a species that has since become extinct. Yet there are more potential techniques, one of the best examples of which is the practice of genetically bred relatives still surviving to create something analogous to the original, something that's already shown signs of bearing fruit in certain places everywhere. Number 3. Sand batteries. Some technologies that will make our future bright don't need to be particularly difficult to be valid. Others of them are, on the other hand, relatively straightforward. Among these types of innovations has been developed by a group of Finnish experts who have discovered a method for transforming sand into a massive battery. These experts have packed 100 tons of sand into a steel container 4 meters wide and 7 meters long. After that, the entire quantity of sand was warmed up by utilizing the energy from the wind and the sun. After being collected, this heat can be redistributed by a regional energy provider to offer warmth to structures in the surrounding areas. Extended lengths of time can be accommodated for the storage of energy using this method. This whole process is brought about by a phenomenon referred to as resistive heating. When electrical currents rub against one another in this manner, the material being heated is brought to a higher temperature. Sand and any other material that does not qualify as a superconductor will create heat when an electrical current is passed through them. This heat has the potential to be utilized for energy generation. Number 2. Flying automobile. In the type of prototypes, flying automobiles are already in production today. However, consumers keen on buying them should be aware that it will be some time before they are available on the consumer market in a ubiquitous way. But given the number of companies and organizations investing money into the research and development of flying cars, it is reasonable to assume that we'll, at a certain time in the not 2 years ahead, be able to get our hands on one of these vehicles. As for whether flying vehicles will truly come to dominate the market to the detriment of their ground-based competitors, the answer to that one is still up in the air. Number 1. The power of fusion. Individuals have been predicting for a considerable amount of time that fusion power will be available in an extremely short time, which is why some people consider it a bit of a joke. Nonetheless, despite this, there is still a great deal of excitement about it from a variety of different groups because of the fact that it claims to be a significant improvement in comparison to fission. For the benefit of those who aren't acquainted with the distinction, atomic fission occurs when an atom is broken into 2 or more pieces. In contrast, atomic fusion occurs when 2 or more atoms combine to form new atoms. Although both operations are capable of producing enormous amounts of energy, Fission is far from being able to compete with fusion, which is the process that takes place continuously in the Sun. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe to this channel,